What is going on, guys, and welcome to the channel. Now I am super excited because I finally got my hands on the world's newest, darkest, blackest acrylic paint, Musou Black, which supposedly absorbs over 99.2% of all visible light. This took me a while to get my hands on. Shipping it from Asia took around 2 months, but I finally got it. Let me test it out on a bunch of different stuff, like some oranges, an iPhone case, my water bottle, and putting that stuff under different lighting conditions. We have a pretty good general sense of how dark this paint really is. I'm also gonna be using Black 2.0 and Black 3.0, which previously held the record for the world's darkest black paint, to compare this to Musou Black, as well as some general black and dark black paint on Amazon. So if you guys are excited as I am, go ahead and smash that like button. Let's hop straight into the video. Alright guys, so starting off with the orange, I'm gonna go ahead and give this a little shake and put that first stroke on there. Guys, I can't even see anything inside the bottle. I have no way of knowing how much paint is in this thing. Alright, I'm already pretty impressed. Let's go ahead and put that first stroke on there and see how dark this thing really is. Right off the bat, that is some pretty dark black paint. I can already tell this is much darker than Black 3.0. No comparison there. But wow, I did not think it would be this crazy. And obviously it's pretty wet right now, so we can see all the contours. There's a very glossy look to it. But I'm willing to bet it gets darker the longer it takes to dry. So after 48 hours, it'll reach peak darkness just like Black 3.0. And wow, this is still like pretty impressive. And by the way, guys, I don't mean to like be drenching my paintbrush in this paint. When I stick it in the bottle, I have no idea like how deep, like, what level of paint's in the bottle. So I keep just putting globs. I'm trying to spread it out the paint and take small amounts and spread it out like you guys suggested in my last video. But I guess we don't have to just work with this. Alright, so half of the orange has been painted. I'm probably just gonna speed up the last like 2-3 minutes of this because it's taking longer than I expected. But what I'm gonna do now is let it sit by the window, and I'm gonna put a camera on it for the next half hour to see if this paint does actually dry, get darker as it dries. And then I'm gonna go ahead and wait 48 hours, and then we'll see what's the peak darkness this paint gets to. So I'll see you guys in 2 days. Alright guys, here we are 48 hours later, and this is absolutely crazy. I thought Black 3.0 was pretty impressive. This just absolutely killed that dark black hole void effect. I can kind of see the contours on the edges, so it's not perfect like Vanta Black. This is still very, very impressive. Wow, I'm honestly just blown away right now. Now let's go and take this in the bathroom so we can look at it in a low light environment. I mean, it's holding up amazingly like well in the mid light, so it's gonna kill our expectations in low light. But let me just close that door. And yup, it pretty much just looks photoshopped at this point. Like you can't see any contours with the light this low, and this is just 10 out of 10 amazing work. I'm seeing nothing on these edges. If you go a little bit deeper in the bathroom, yeah, it's pitch dark. This is really stellar. Musou Black, they really did it. In my room, I know I just showed it to you guys in my loft, but it's pretty much the same thing, another mid-light environment. It's pitch dark. It's holding up much better than Black 3.0. I can still see a tiny bit of the contours on the edges. I think you guys should be able to see that too on this camera. But yeah, I'm still very impressed. And finally, it's around noon right now, and it's not holding up as good as I expected in bright light. Still just a little bit better than Black 3.0, but it's just really not there. I can especially start to see all the little holes and grainy texture the orange has. But actually, yeah, it's not that great outdoors. If we get a little farther away, it looks a tiny bit better. You can't see those grains in the orange, but yeah, I guess bright lights, not the best for it. Now, I also went ahead and threw on 4 strips of different black paints on a little piece of cardboard. The far left is just a typical dark black paint on Amazon. The second from the left is Black 2.0. Third from the left is Black 3.0. And finally, on the far right is Musou Black. And it's definitely performing better than all of them, but Black 3.0 is comparable, but this is, especially we see that in mid-light and especially in outdoors, it's just doing a little bit better than 3.0. So Musou Black, you are officially, I think it's safe to say, you are the world's darkest black acrylic paint. I also want to point out though that this paint is much darker when it's airbrushed compared to when it's painted on. In fact, the recommended way to actually apply it is to slowly airbrush several layers on, one after the next. And that's because when you use a paintbrush, it's not evenly coated, which causes a lot of inconsistencies in the texture, a lot of little bumps and ridges. So the best way to go about it is airbrushing it to get an even darker image. Unfortunately, I don't have an airbrush though, so the best I can do is with a paintbrush. Now, while I go ahead and paint some of this stuff I told you guys about earlier, let me talk about the company that actually created Musou Black. So it's called Koyo Orient Japan, and it was established in August of 2002, but inherited the business and commercial rights of a company that already existed for the past 75 years called Koyo Kogyo Company, which developed a lot of optical equipment and supplied those parts and materials to big manufacturers in Japan. But now this company kind of specializes in light absorption products that have a lot of functionality for filming. For example, if you go to their website, they have a blog about all the cool stuff they've made and how it pertains to infrared, light absorption, light reflection, and just a lot of cool stuff. And they also compare their paint, Musou Black, to Black 3.0, Vanta Black, and they even post some cool stuff people have done with it, like creating a Musou Black car and just cool stuff like showing how much of an improvement image quality is with their anti-reflection stickers versus regular ones you get on the market. And you can also go ahead and see their products that are on Amazon, which would be a lot easier to purchase in the US. So I'll go ahead and throw their website link in the description. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I wasn't asked to make this video. I just think they're working on a lot of cool products, so definitely check them out if you guys are interested. Now let's go check out some of the other stuff we painted. So that is the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to drop me a big thumbs up and consider subscribing. And feel free to drop any questions you guys have in the comment section below. And I will see you guys next week for the next video.